Y'all, you listening to DisRace. I'm DC Curry with my crew here. Boy, you don't never know who's gonna show up at DisRace. We be talking about controversy. Cat Williams, you talking about controversy? Oh Lord, ladies and gentlemen, from hosting Showtime, Apollo, Def Jam, about 40 years deep, just like you and me, boy.
Yeah.
Y'all show your love for the one and only Teddy Carpenter.
How y'all doing?
What's up,
What's
Teddy?
good?
What's going on,
What's
boy?
good? I saw y'all talking about all of the Mississippi murders. I mean, the police officers down there and whatever the case be. And the young lady is right. Everybody, no numbers. No numbers. You go to jail and I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
And this type of crime, because, we were looking at that earlier. And they slapped the man all in the face with their genitals.
Right.
And told him to, do all this stuff and whatever case be. Now you got to go to testify about what they stuck in your booty hole and all that, and whatever.
Dick in my mouth.
And like you say apology, and forgiveness. No.
I don't think I can forgive nobody for that.
Nope.
Me either.
No.
No way. Ain't no way I forgive him.
Nope.
Ain't no way in the hell.
Can't
I
have
want to get my hand around his neck. That's what I want to do.
And
Nope.
And it's demeaning to a man, and like you just said, to get on this stand, and it's demeaning to a woman.
Well, like in the case of like Ray, where a woman got testified as to, what happened to
So you gotta relive that.
blah, blah, blah.
You gotta relive it. So
You the one that was saying forgive.
well, I said I understand. Well, I may not say I understand, but I understand why people say they forgiven. Again, forgiveness is not for the person; it's for the individual.
See,
because
I
some
hear
people
that. I hear
can't live
people say
with that.
I hear people say that, and you just gotta live with it. Like sometimes you gotta burn in hell.
That's it.
Well,
Your
again,
dirty
you
draws
can.
and everybody who look like you.
I'm not as you. It doesn't
Because they
mean
should
that
have
you
known
don't
about
suffer.
you. They
don't
should have
go
known
get-
about
don't
you
get
before
your
you did
punishment.
it. They know about you. We got little cousins.
Depending
and
on what
stuff.
it is now, Teddy. Depending on what it is, man. Me and you were talking earlier today about burying the hatchet. You and somebody else that had beef for a long time. Man, some shit, you don't hold no shit.
Yeah, but they ain't stick their finger in my ass.
Right.
I mean, that's a whole different
you really didn't
neighborhood.
tell me
I mean,
what they did. You just told me y'all had
There's
disagreement.
there's forgiveness, and then there's forgiveness.
Yeah.
You really
Wait,
didn't tell me what they did. You just told me y'all had
Well,
disagreements. So I
trust
don't
me,
know.
you know and me. Trust me.
We said forgive. We said something about forgiveness and forget. What you say?
Forgive and forget.
Yeah,
He never gonna forget they stuck this finger in his butt. He
No.
never gonna forget
They
this.
slapped that man around with their ding.
With they ding-a-ling, man. Come on now.
All in the face.
Forgive him for that. I ain't no way in the hell you forgive him.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Over knowing
I
some
ain't
white
no-
women.
I ain't no defense lawyer now.
Yeah.
But they ain't kill him.
Well, they
And
damn near.
historically,
That's how they
white
got caught.
policemen have killed. So, okay, I'm going out there now.
Right.
I'm with
you
you.
take George Floyd, you take some of the other brothers that have died at the
Ahmaud
hands of the
Arbery.
police. Would you rather take that or just get a dick slapped on your cheek?
Well, I mean, if you put it like that, but what I'm saying is they almost. That's how they got caught.
Yeah.
Because one of the dudes accidentally shot the boy in the face.
In the face. Yeah.
And how they going to explain that?
Right.
So they take him to the hospital and then stuff started unraveling.
But I'm saying they could kill him, man.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not saying
I put
they
it
need
to
to be
you this way.
exonerated.
So you think I should forgive them because they
I
did
think
kill
they should
me
get
for slapping their dick all in my
This
face?
man,
100 years instead of life.
yeah, same thing.
Then he get like one of got 20 and the
This
other got
man
17
sleep.
years.
One of them got 40.
He can never argue with his woman again.
Yeah.
As soon as he say something and come deep in his voice, you ain't say that to that
The
man
white
that
man.
slapped you all in the ding-a-ling in the face with the ding-a-ling.
You should be like, babe, they had.
Birthday,
You
she
should
ain't
like,
saying
babe.
shit with no tongue. He ain't got no tongue.
You
should like, babe,
They
they got
cut one
guns.
boy, then they cut a tongue out.
Well, he
I
can
don't
text message. He can
Yeah.
text message. You ain't say that shit.
Right.
He can text message.
That's just
know?
savage behavior.
I mean, we shouldn't be laughing at it, but man, that's awful.
I'm from Mississippi, so I'm appalled about the whole situation.
I'm upset too, and I ain't from there.
I'm
Right.
glad you from there, Bo. I'm glad you wasn't there. I'm glad it wasn't you.
Yeah, because
I'm glad you wasn't a victim in it.
I don't know, man. If it had been me, when I'd have got out, I was gonna look for somebody in his family. I'm just that way.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not preaching retribution or nothing, but there are some things, not necessarily for me, but for some people around me. If certain things happen to certain people around me,
It'll be hard.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Right. It'll be hard.
Well, my
You know,
mom
ready to
said
go.
you shouldn't go to jail for justice. So people, you run your mouth too much. That's our problem. You shouldn't go to jail for justice.
You shouldn't go to jail.
Shouldn't go
For
to jail for
justice.
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 Who said that?
I'm
That
You
don't
shouldn't
make
go to
sense.
jail for
Everybody
justice.
trying to analyze that.
Yeah,
they'll
you
say
shouldn't
it.
go to jail for
they
justice
got me.
because
Oh, you
if
saying
someone,
like in retribution?
exactly
in
because if
revenge?
someone do something to you,
Yeah.
and then to your point, you say, "Oh, I'm coming to get him." You're already saying what you're gonna do.
But you don't say. You can say it to yourself. You don't.
Right.
You don't say
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
You know, you
so
know,
what-
justice is justice. So you shouldn't go
Well,
to jail
Miss
for
J, I
justice.
think a lot of
Huh?
it would stop if there was more retribution.
Sure enough.
I agree.
If some people, if
So
people
no.
start showing up at these police houses and causing problems, I think a lot of that would stop it. You know what I'm saying? Police getting away with murder.
I think crime gonna
everything.
decrease now in Georgia because it's open carry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you got to think twice.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Now, I've always carried.
And it's unfortunate because there's no more arguments
I'd rather
anymore.
be, even when it was illegal, I was like, I'd rather be caught with it than caught without
Well,
it.
quote
Right.
without it.
Like,
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna say, "Oh, he threatened me. I felt for my life. I'm scared." You know, the
Well-
same old police tactic. And you know, he
Dead
looked like he
man
was
can't
reaching.
talk.
I saw a gun.
What I thought was
you know,
a gun.
was a gun.
Right. Well, what,
He black and he was walking my way.
Right.
You know, it's going all that stuff is going to fit. You know,
prime
well,
example.
I think if that was true, it would have happened by now. And I believe like,
it's going to happen
What would happen by now?
because it's happened in
as-
Florida.
but that's Florida. This is where I'm going with
Open
this.
carry.
Open
What-
carry. Hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. Like I think when you see those issues, when those people did it in Buffalo, and I think when those people like that, the white people and stuff, case these joints. I think having open and carry is beneficiary because those people most of the time they case those places this way. Like when they go to schools and stuff, that's weaker. They don't have a weapon. But I guarantee you, if they see a Family Dollar or like they see at grocery store, and they see a brother like you and me or like you, and all three of us got guns on our hips, they probably gonna rearrange. They're probably gonna rearrange. I don't think people like that want to be just confrontational.
I don't mean walking mine out stuff. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying,
the fact
I
that
guarantee they
may
do
not-
enough
They don't
casing.
know whether you got it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they do enough casing. I don't think when they do these things randomly, especially the grocery stores and things like that, I don't think it's random. I think they target, they case it. It's no coincidence there's always these schools. They never go to a place that's heavily armed. If they want to kill black folks, why don't they just go in the hood to where black folks can fire back? No, they go to places where they're a lot weaker and they feel like there are no weapons. But when they case a joint and stuff and they feel like they know people can rebut or fire back, they don't go there. I've never heard of a serial killer going in the hood.
But you added things as you were talking. Let's go back to the bare bones.
Okay, what we got?
The average person who is now carrying a weapon,
All right.
who doesn't have really any training, just picked up a gun, didn't grow up with guns, like he got 1,000 different guns, can't tell you.
I love all
This
his
ain't
guns.
about me.
I love all his guns.
I understand.
I love all his
I
guns.
understand.
I love all his guns.
But he just told he had a pistol on his hip, and he almost pulled it out. So I ain't tell him nothing. I ain't saying nothing. But the point of the matter is, those people, weapons are like like liquor. It's false hope. You know, when liquor comes around, everybody got that bravado now. You know, that liquor gives them
Some
that
people
bravado.
do.
Well, guns are the same way. It's a whole bunch of people carrying guns, and they bad as a motherfucker when they. I don't know if I can cuss.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
they
you can
they
cuss
bad
on
as a
it.
motherfucker when they got the gun.
Yeah,
or when
some
they
people are.
carrying a gun, and all that's what you said. What you know?
Right.
Whereas they didn't have that weapon. It's a different conversation.
Yeah, some people.
So what happens is the confrontation is going to happen just because you got so many amateurs out there
Well,
carrying
yeah,
weapons.
no.
That
Because
you know,
let me give you another example, bro. Me having my gun has kept me out of some physical
Exactly.
altercation.
See, but you
'Cause
missed the
see,
part. You missed the part.
But what I'm
Professionally,
saying
you've been
is-
carrying it for a while, and so you know better. You kind of know how to
but
do
what
it.
I'm saying
I'm talking about the
is,
people that don't
By virtue
understand
of the
what
fact
it does.
that I have this gun, I can't get in no physical confrontation with you,
Right.
particularly if you don't have a gun.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to get to wrestling with you.
Correct.
And you mess around and take
No.
my gun.
When I carry
So
mine, it's the same thing.
I have
understand.
held myself back from
Understand.
slapping or some bitch.
Just so you won't have no
Because
problem.
I got my gun.
Right.
And
But
if I slap
everybody's
him
not thinking like
and
that.
We get in a physical altercation.
Think of it like this: you've been a little bitch all you growing up in school. You've been chased home from school. You've been slapped around. You've been beat up. You've been jumped. You're a little punk. There's a lot of dudes that join the police department just for the
I
same
was just
reason.
gonna say that.
So now they own the police department. They didn't all of a sudden got this courage. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case be, now they able to snatch up the same dude that whooped their ass when they was in high school, or whatever the case may be, because now
that
they
happen a
got
lot.
the law on their side. So
They
what
got
I'm
that
saying
badge
is,
and that gun.
I'm the first part. Yeah, the first part.
Yeah.
And then military comes over, but the first part is what I said. I look at you as somebody who's very knowledgeable about how they handle themselves when they go out with their weapon.
I'm trying to avoid conflict at most, but however, there is a line.
Homicides have gone down in Atlanta since they did open carry. I thought it was going the
What it
opposite.
is, huh?
Homicides have gone down in Atlanta as far as like the shootings and stuff have gone down in Atlanta since they've done open carry.
That was
And
my opening statement.
yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying, your opening statement, I ain't hear the part that the homicides have gone down. Yeah, since it's been open and carry.
But like you said earlier, the white people. I mean, the police was fighting with some white guys. They didn't shoot none of them. And we started before the show
Did y'all
started.
see that on
approach is
Facebook?
different.
Where the police, I mean, these white boys were whipping the police ass.
Yeah,
He never pulled his gun
and
out.
nobody pulled a gun.
Never pulled their gun out.
They rattling with them, man.
It's
They
a whole
punching
different thing. Even when they pull people over, you may be related to Judge so and so or whatever that lives in whatever county. When they pull over a black person,
Yeah.
it's a different thought pattern.
I'm gonna give you another example at the risk of getting put on social media suspension again.
Let's not do that.
All of the killing. When the last time you got a lot of black police officers?
Yeah.
When the last time a black police officer mistakenly killed a little white boy?
They don't.
Wow.
But what makes it even worse is that the black police officers don't take it out on me. It don't seem like y'all step up when another white officer kills somebody innocent. It's like you guys don't say anything.
Well, that was a case in Memphis, not the last one with Tyree Nichols, but it was a case before that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 5 or 6 white officers, and they killed the brother. And it was one black officer there. He didn't step up. But when you're outnumbered like that,
Because he
Because
knows that they're going to leave him out there by himself on a call, and he's going to have to deal with it by himself. That's that hidden police.
Yeah.
Like, I live with a police
I mean, you
officer.
think they'll
police
set them up?
department
I
like a
live with a
gang,
police
really.
officer, 35 year retired now, and we had these conversations all the time. And he was, involved in the riots and on the Capitol Hill and all of that stuff and whatever. They held a lot of them back. They held the guards back. They held the troops back because they didn't want white folks to die. And if
Right.
you pay attention to the timeline, Trump only when they started taking back over the police officers, that's when he started to make the speech. Hey, y'all got to calm
Right.
down. This that. Before then, he was like, y'all have at it.
Yeah. Right.
So
I'm coming out there with you.
Well, taking it back
You
to
got
what
Nick Khan went to the
taking it
house.
back to what Brian was saying, and to your point, that is true. A lot of times, black police officers do not step up because it is a unwritten rule that if you do, then you got to deal with us.
Right.
You know,
you think they
so-
set police officers up to get killed when the
Yes,
ones that
they
do
do.
speak out and
I
go
think
against?
so.
Yeah.
Yes,
'Cause it's happened.
yes, they do, and I know
It's
that
happened.
for a fact.
And I don't think it's
And
just
you
straight
hate
there.
that.
I
Yeah.
think sometimes it's just we ain't gonna respond to the call.
Right.
We
Now,
gonna,
that-
we
I
gonna,
know
we
that
gonna
for
give
a
you
Gonna be
a-
slow.
we gonna give you a few more minutes out there to deal with them 12, 13 jokers that's on your head.
Since you say we
just
too
to
rough.
let you know.
So the percentage
that,
will go up. The percentage of you losing will go up, and it's still up to them. It's by the books.
Some of it is still with that slave mentality. I'm going to put you out there against your people,
Right.
Yeah.
and I'm going to make you do what you do, and we're going to do what we do. And if you take up for them when you need us,
That's the police officer.
we're
Ladies
going
and
to turn
gentlemen.
our head
Right.
away from you.
Like, 'cause there's
Ladies
one-
and gentlemen, breaking news. I hate to interrupt.
Breaking news.
Former police officer just walked in.
And we on his hind parts.
and that was
That landlord.
and that happened a lot in Baltimore back in the 70s and the 80s. And I'm not calling names because some people are still alive, but there was a police officer that really was for his people, and
Yeah.
he did not. I think you're going to talk about the same thing I'm talking about. And because he wouldn't go against his people, they set him up.
Let's
set
cut
him
the
up.
chase. Let's
Set
cut
him
the
up.
chase. Let's cut the chase. What extra mic at, Will?
But
Give it
going back to
Give it to
Baltimore,
Officer Angelo.
Yeah.
how did you feel? And I
You
was,
put
and
your
I was
ass on
appalled
the
when y'all
spot.
had the riots about the guy
Officer,
with his
come
neck.
get me.
The guy that hurt, the guy that had in the back of the van with
Freddie.
his neck. So when the riot came out, you just saw this brother open up on a female protester like he was fighting a dude, and I just did not understand why other cops of color didn't say nothing to the dude. I'm talking about the girl; she was just a protester. He opened up on
She
her.
was a what?
Well, she was a protester when the man hurt his neck, or in the back of the van, Freddie, whatever. So they was arresting the girl because she's a protester, and of course she just looking like, why are you arresting me? But this brother cop opened up on her like he was fighting Floyd Mayweather. Just he gave about a 4 or 5 piece combo.
Well,
Well,
and
I'm like, why ain't nobody saying
because of
nothing?
the racial aspect. However, if you own the force, it's just me talking, because this is how I am, bro.
Right.
If I'm with you, I'm with you.
got you.
If we gang banging, I'm with you. If we
But
wrong,
to open up on a female like
if
that,
we
man?
wrong,
Well,
I know, man. But I'm
just-
telling you, if I'm with you, I've been with Teddy. Teddy starts shit all the time, man. And I be like, later on, I'll be like, man, I'll kill your ass, man. You almost got to beat the shit out of me.
Right. He just got to do it, huh?
I've been with, we was talking earlier today. I've been with Comic Man.
Right. And he always starts so.
Who started
Man,
some-
I don't
started some
bother
shit, he was
nobody.
wrong. Teddy started shit
Hey, them
all
the main
time.
ones that
He
do.
knows
Them the main ones
Start
that I don't
nobody.
bother nobody.
Teddy full of
Nobody.
shit, man. He
I
started
come
shit,
in
man.
peace.
I
I
wanna
come
And then
in
I'm
peace.
caught because I'm with him. So I got to fight.
Yeah.
Gotta
In all fairness, Teddy, most cats that say I don't bother
Gotta
nobody
make
are
a-
the cats that be
gotta make
fighting.
a move.
Brother, trust
So
me.
if you're on the police
I just want
force-
a nap, and I'm good.
It's
I
hard
don't want no
for you.
trouble.
I can imagine. It's hard for you to tell you black cop, you out there with 5 cops. I would imagine that. It's hard for you to tell them, hey man, don't slap the shit out of Red Harper. He was talking shit, but he's
Don't
But
slap
then
him.
the thing about it is that, again, and to your point, so then we go and get John, and so I know I can't do jack to John, and John talking cash trash to me, because if I do something to John, then my white counterparts are not gonna have my back.
Right.
That's like
Because you
the
see
boy
white people
in
talk
the-
bad to cops.
That's like the
Right.
boy in the George Floyd case. They had a little, was he a Chinaman or a Japanese?
Yeah, he's like a little
Yeah.
Asian cop.
Asian,
Right
some
there.
kind of Asian. I was
Yeah.
going either up or down. I don't remember.
Yeah. Both. Just both. They were fluctuating on it. They were fluctuating at
And
time.
they
No matter.
put him in jail, but on the stand in court, they talking about he didn't do nothing. And the other guy was 20, 25 years deep,
Right.
chauffeurs or whatever. How this boy been on the force 30 days?
Right.
He ain't gonna step up and say
He ain't
nothing
gonna
to that
say
boy.
nothing.
no.
That's true. He ain't gonna say
Because
nothing.
there's an oath.
Right.
But they trained to do that, and Angelo, I'm giving him a chance to speak a piece. But to my understanding, the police cannot shoot the wound. That's the first problem. I saw him shoot a woman dead in Chicago. She came at him with a broom. Man, shoot that bitch in the knee.
Yeah,
You can't. They got to shoot twice, as I understood it now. And you looking for the torso, the biggest part of the human body.
Yeah.
And you got to shoot to kill. You cannot shoot to wound. You cannot shoot to stop him. You got to shoot him
To kill him.
to kill him.
Yeah, I don't agree.
I
with
just
that.
think you're just trained to shoot body mass. I don't want to get a
No,
cops
they
and everything
shoot-
a
they
hard
shoot- no,
time.
they're
Why
trained
you
to
shoot
kill.
to
Well, this
kill
is
black
black
people?
people.
but
Exactly.
you
trained
So-
to shoot to
kill
stop
black
the
folks.
threat.
But if
That's
your
what I
muscle,
said.
That's what they're doing. But I'm saying in some cases you can shoot. We've seen it. We've seen it overseas. We've seen it in other countries where they can disarm people.
Right.
And do certain things.
They take all
Whatever.
kinds of
Get
tactical
this
training.
dude- This
Don't
dude
have
is
a
going
deadly
quiet.
weapon.
This dude is going crazy. It's 12 of y'all. It's one of him. Let him get tied and then jump his
He
ass.
got a crowbar.
Why do
I
y'all have to
understand
shoot
that part.
this
You got a
man
crowbar.
right now?
Shoot the man in the shoulder.
You know,
Yeah.
But
if he
let's
come near me,
ask-
I'm gonna unload 12 bullets on him. That's not right.
But
I agree
let's
with you
go
on
to
that.
the
Right.
source.
but
Let's ask Officer Charlie Brown himself.